I'm Val. I'm here at the Canadian International School to celebrate my new mural to everyone.
How it began.
1 year ago, I met with the school counsellors, Miss Shelley and Miss Tina, because they came to me and they said, can we join forces, please, and look at ways that we can use the arts to spark well-being and happiness all around the campus. And then I said, right, wait, if there's only one place that we could transform, where might that be? And they took me to the stairwell.
Celebrating each other.
As you know, and I think many of you were here maybe more than once to pick up a brush and find your spot on the wall and fill in with the color that Simple Bao had assigned to us. And one of the things that came back to us is that it was amazing how excited the kids would get when they would see their design on the wall. And not only that, they would get very excited to see their friends' design on the wall. And I think that's really worthwhile stopping and thinking about at CDNIS too. It's not that we celebrate our own achievements, but we celebrate the achievements of others and we celebrate in their success as well. And I think that's one thing that CDNIS has stood out through the years as well, is that we are that community and we help each other get better as a community. Every time you go up and down, which is your favorite thing? Where is your eye drawn? Every time there's something that stops me and mesmerizes me.
Finding beauty in connection.
Simple Bao started her drawing habits when she was a young girl. Drawing was like breathing for her. It was part of her life that is not doing, but it's just being. And the goal is for our children to find that passion themselves. It reminds us to take a moment to just appreciate the beauty, the simplicity, and the connectedness of the world that we live in. What other art piece does that every time we walk by?
Over 1,000 drawings were submitted from our community, and local artist Simple Bao pulled them together to create this stunning mural. 400 plus volunteers painted the artwork, embodying our school's mission and vision.
So I think this week, one thing that really makes me happy and surprising me, many kids passing by and then ask me, are you Simple Bao? I was like, yes. And then they say, oh, I feel like a star or something painting here. And that's the community power that they respond, they will try to understand your work. I think that really makes me happy and treasure to work as a street artist and then to work with community.
Culture changes everything around us, whether it is food or clothing, and this Simple Bao art piece is the definition of that. Colorful mural definitely makes us all smile, and knowing that it would be there for a long time, it makes us feel really included and feeling we all belong.
I also really enjoyed painting the mural with my family and other CDNIS families. We would like to thank Simple Bao for inspiring us with her beautiful artwork.
Thanks to everyone involved in making this project a success.
Hello everyone, I hope you've all been enjoying your Valentine's Day so far, as well as our charity concert. Today, I will be reading aloud an original poem called Love Does Not Leave. Because no, I don't think that love ever leaves, because it's been 3 years since my cousin died, and he is in every thought, in every hope, in every dream. And when I think I can't fix the computer, he's here. And when I eat the same chocolate cake that we once used to share, he's here. And when the sun glows at 3 p.m. at a very specific light, He's here. And he will always be here because his life made mine, and my life will be his epilogue. Recently, I've been thinking about forgiveness and freedom, presence and passing. He died, and he remains. He's not here to love his favorite flowers, so I water them daily. He can't walk along his favorite path, so I always think of him as I do. He's not here to drink his favorite tea anymore, so I brew a warm pot of it every night before I go to bed. He exists in the mirror with the eyes that we share, and I share his life with stories and with myself. He's thought of in all that he was, and he is thought of in all that he is. Because, no, love does not leave. Thank you, everyone.
This wall is such a great example of how art can completely humanize a space. It's really all about identity as individuals and as identity as a community.
Thank you to all the incredible students welcomed me with such joy. This is what we are. We are splashed across this wall. We are splashed across this wall of CDNIS, both the alumni who are here, some of our alumni with children at this school. This is what it represents. It represents the heart of CDNIS.
On the 21st day of the month September, in an early year of a decade not too long after our own, when the world was still recovering from the aftermath of the apocalypse in 2023, the human race encountered yet another deadly threat to its very existence, and this terrifying enemy surfaced, as such enemies often do, in the seemingly most innocent and unlikely of places.
My name is Tulani Matondo. I'm the co-founder and executive director of the Kliptown Youth Program, which we founded in the year 2007 as a response to the social challenges back in Kliptown, South Africa.
CDNIS, we pride ourselves in putting our mission and vision at the very center of all that we do. And this week is all about using the arts to empower and to develop global understanding.
So with that, it has been an opportunity for us to be here to share that with the students at the school.
We believe that cultural exchanges can really provide so much into people's lives. It can provide togetherness, hope. We can share experiences, our different beliefs, and all that we know can be interjoined so that we are able to learn from each other.
The response was positive from the kids. We're willing to learn, and I think we reached our goal.
I love all about this school. Even when we play the match, the soccer match, the thing that made me to love the soccer match is because I scored a goal.
The experience was amazing, interacting with students and learning more things like their languages, the arts that they're doing, and seeing their perspective of things in a different way.
And when we had a workshop with the student councils, they inspired me to want to become a better version of myself, to want to work hard to help others.
All through the week, we have seen amazing examples from our KYP members about how everything can be infused with love and with joy. We have learned so much from them. This week has turned out to be everything we dreamed for and so much more.
The children at this school were very welcoming. They were so fantastic, whereby we got a chance to teach them a dance, gambus dance, and African fusion dances. It was really nice to interact with them because they kept on yelling at our names. That was the best experience of me, and thank you for inviting us, Canadian International School of Hong Kong. Thank you.
This is what in South Africa we'll call the spirit of Ubuntu, simply meaning that I am because you are, or my humanity is tied to yours.
from KYP is sometimes they don't get what they want or what they need. Not every country has what we have. We have food, we have good schools, and big houses, what you can live in, yeah. KYP, they live in a place where they don't have many things. They don't have proper tools to build their houses. They also have tires on their roofs because their houses are built out of things that conduct lightning. So that the tires protect their roofs and stop them from getting electrified. When we eat rice, we don't really think about it. It's just like part of our everyday meals. But for people who live in Cliptown, they don't really get rice. So rice is a treat for them. Our supplies at school, like papers and pencils, it's a privilege for them to have it because not everyone has enough supplies for their for practicing their schoolwork. Education is important because it can help you support your dream so you can reach your dream, and also it can make you have a better job and you can escape from poverty. have to appreciate what we have. And it was not always this for KYP. They started small, they had donations, and now Cliptown Youth Program is very big. I think we should appreciate our resources and food and some things like education. And my favorite experience of this week was doing the gumboot dancing. It just lets you go like freely and there's no like strict rules in it. My favorite experience is when we used the boots to do the gumboot, because earlier I thought I would never learn how to do it, but I actually did it. My favorite experience about the gumboot dancing was the song. It's just not so long and it's easy to remember.
Welcome to the CDNIS Film Festival 2025. We just can't wait to see all the films on the silver screen. Here we go.
Hi everyone, we are here at the CDNIS Film Festival 2025. My name is Lauren Shaw and I'm here with
Ryan Lee.
So Ryan, what are you excited to see in today's screenings?
Well, it's my senior year, so it's the last time I'm going to be here at the film festival. So I can't wait to see all the upcoming filmmakers and all the things they create and see where their minds go to and how they created all these, probably brilliant films, and can't wait to see what the future holds for cinema.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm also really excited to see what is to come. Hi, I'm here with
Dr. Butler.
So what do you think students can benefit from this event, and how do you think this is really crucial for their learning?
Well, I think this benefits students in two different ways. For our filmmakers, it's an excellent opportunity for them to share their creativity with a wider audience that otherwise wouldn't be able to see all the hours of work that they've put into it, all the wisdom and humor that they have to offer. And then for the audience, it benefits them because even if we put something up online for them to click on, a lot of people will just never get around to it. But when we host a big event like this where people can come together and have that shared experience right in the theater, I really do think it's great for the audience as much as it is for the filmmakers.
So we're really grateful CDNIS has an amazing thing like this to have. Yeah. Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm here with
I'm Herman.
and
I'm Charles.
and they are filmmakers. What do you hope the audience can take away from your film?
Well, the main message of my film is that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. I wish my audience could understand that point, and I wish the message can be expressed through my work. Yes.
Anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, so I hope the audience can take away with our students' perspective of how we view this world. And
Yeah, film is really impactful to how we see things. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for
Do you
having
want
us.
a photo?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, so I'm here with actress Sia, and I'm here with filmmaker Lauren.
I'm just excited to see everyone's films and see what everybody's so hard towards.
Same here. And I really like the way that CDNIS appreciates art because it's a really easy part to forget. But I really like the way that they bring up these kind of events.
Are there any special messages you guys have in the films that you're really grateful you can share with the audience?
I think I like the way that it encapsulates the theme of fate and also sometimes free will, non-verbally in our
Yes, that is amazing. Thank you so much. Hi, I'm here with
Jasmine Marcy.
So what are some funny behind-the-scenes moments you would like to share?
So my film Midnight Cravings is made entirely by me. So I did the editing, acting, lighting, and I would say some funny moments is there's a part where there's a light strip, but I had to hang it from my ceiling, so I used duct tape and stuff, and I fell for one of the bits, but it's okay.
That's a lot of creativity that goes behind all of the filmmaking. So what do you hope the audience can take away from your film?
So I want my audience to get a laugh out of the film because it's very simple and it's very relatable, I would say, to people. But I want the audience to take away that it is okay to have a late night snack sometimes.
Yeah, that is a great message.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank
much. Hi, I'm here with filmmaker.
Austin Cheng.
And what are some really funny behind-the-scenes moments you would like to share?
Honestly, the entire process from start to finish, the editing, the scripting, the writing, even the name of my film was chosen because it got the biggest laugh out of all of us in the crew.
What's the name of the film?
Kabroom.
Kabroom. That is pretty funny. Well, yeah, so was a great way to spread laughter, and thank you for doing that with us.
No problem.
Thank you. Hi, so I'm here with...
My name's Nicholas.
And my name is Carlos. Okay, so what brought you to this role?
What brought me to this role? I was introduced to it initially by Matthew, the director, and I found the kind of father figure role very compelling, which is what brought me into it, because I wanted to try something a little more different, with something of a more familiar dynamic, but something that I've never tried before.
And were you the little son?
Yeah, I'm the little son of my show dad.
Show son.
What was your favorite part of that?
I think my favorite part of acting was getting to experience like everything in general, because it's a really fun thing I figured out.
Did you like working with Nicholas?
Yeah, it was nice.
Hi everyone, I'm the filmmaker.
Hi.
And so what are you excited to let the audience take away from your films?
So I actually made 3 films for this film festival, but for 2 of them, one of them is called Growing Pains, the other one's called Pointless. They're all based on a quote, and I think that quote at the end of each film is what I really want the audience to take away from this film. But you'll have to just watch and see what it is.
Hi, I'm here with filmmaker.
Matthew.
And what do you hope the audience takes away from your film?
I hope the audience takes away a sense of connection and family, and the importance of having relationships and communication. And I think that's something that's very underestimated in this time and age, especially like kindness and compassion and empathy. And I think that's something I want to share with everyone today.
It's really, really sweet. Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm here with Lauren's dad. So how do you feel about your child's filmmaking process?
I think it's been great. I think it's very fun to see her so excited and so enthusiastic about the whole process and the creation of the film. Yeah, as a dad, I'm very proud of her.
As a friend, I'm really proud of her as well. She's grown so much since I've known her. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So what do you guys want the audience to take away from your film?
I want them to take away a message of sustainability. I don't want to spoil it. They'll see.
They will see. You?
I think for my film, I want the audience to kind of take away the fact that they should be appreciating their youth and just to be prepared for their next part of life.
I see. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah. Hi everyone, I'm here with
Mr. Bruce.
How have you seen your students grow, and what would you say you're most proud of them for doing?
First off, proud of all of them for submitting their films and showing their creativity and telling their story through their short films. This year we've got a lot of films that are really in-depth and personal, and so you can tell that the students are really putting a lot of their own story into their work. And as their teacher, I'm just really proud of them for having the courage to put their work out there.
It really shows you who they are as a person, and it's really great to see. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm here with filmmaker
Caitlin Camp.
So what do you hope the audience takes away from your film?
So my film, essentially, it is about plastic waste and how this issue is impacting and affecting our society, and how, although some countries and cities, for example, Hong Kong, has been implementing policies about using more green spaces and using less plastic straws, there's still many other countries that are utilizing straws and plastic materials in their infrastructures and other things. And I feel like plastic, this concept, it is destroying our society, and it is a very important an important concept to make sure that we understand the issue that it how significant that it is, and how it impacts us as people, and how we have to take action as soon as possible, because we have to mitigate.
That is amazing. And I think film is a really great way to raise awareness for change. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to all our winners and to everyone who had a film shown tonight. Keep going, keep celebrating your creativity and making art. Fantastic, well done.
And this one is inspired by Avatar, the mod.
Hi. So my name is Mr. Eddie Bruce, and I teach film at CDNIS.
很荣幸能与大家共同分享今天的喜悦与期待。
我是香港加拿大国际学校的学生许俊伟。
我想将来做一个 composer， 所以
希望大家可以很开心过一个星期，还有做好朋友。谢谢。希望下星期五之前有个好的作品来。
Hi, my name is Sophia. I'm like a grade 11 DP film student.
Hi, I'm Kristen. I'm in grade 10, and I'm also really excited to experience everything.
接下来，请金岛东方影都产业控股集团总裁孙恒存先生为大家分享。
First of all, welcome to the studio. I'd like to share with you during the past 8 or 9 years what we did.
roles are, first with our director, Jarvis. And then we'll have 2 cinematographers. And Sophia. And Paco. Editor, we have with Corinne. We have 2 lighting, sound design, Marcus and Mildred. Costume makeup, Kristen. So, those are the roles. What I really want you to take away from this is how the technology works, right? And I want you to sort of understand what goes into it, and you want to unlock the secrets to the magic.
This is the CDNIS Film Winter Camp 2024.
Funny joke.
实际拍摄的时候呢，演员会站在这个视锥内进行拍摄。但是这个视锥呢是可以根据整个屏幕来进行一个移动。它的这个刷新率越高，它的这个流畅性来说，包括这个审评来说，
硬件配置是多少吗？硬件配置是啥？
硬件配置就是15000的，然后点进去是1.9的。
some of my highlights from this film trip were the special effects makeup and also the motion capture, because I got to try something new. And I also really enjoyed being on the set of some of the films. Like the Forrest Gump set was really pretty and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and then
and
it's
now
gonna
we
have
hear
the,
that.
Yep.
Okay, and we know that the sound is going.
Yeah.
我妈说，那双鞋将伴随着我走遍天下。
I would say like for like the Forrest Gump, we actually like for like the special effects, we actually had to like transform an actor to like look older. This is like the flashback of the scene. And then another one that I also really enjoyed is doing like the makeup effect for like injuries, which I thought was really cool.
From the teaching perspective, I really wanted the students to focus on their collaboration skills and working together as a team. You know, they all had their specific roles, but they were eager to step in whenever anything was needed. And just being here at CMM and working under the professional guidance and with local actors, they get to see firsthand just how a film is created and all the work that goes into it and how they really need to work together.
I also don't really like what I did. I'm gonna delete it. What did I not like about it, do you think?
The notes vary too much, maybe?
Yeah.
And they weren't really on tempo.
Okay, good. So
You
out of
have to-
time and also unstructured, right?
This film trip has been a lot of surprises. I got to visit my favorite parts about the film, such as stepping into a sound Foley studio and also learning a little bit about musical composition for filming.
That's the spot.
蜡我们在揉的时候，就是千万不要揉的时间太久，因为这个麸蜡它是很容易被融化的。
I really enjoyed visiting the film set since we have experienced a lot of stuff and overcome a lot of challenges that we have never done before.
Hello everybody, I'm Jiang Lin and I'm very happy to be with you this week. And let's welcome Anne Juvie, the Director of Arts from Canadian International School of Hong Kong.
Thank you, North. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you to CMM for hosting us. This has been an incredible experience week, like no other. Who else gets to go to a professional film studio of this scale, of this caliber? But for me, it wasn't just the equipment that made it. It was the people, how welcoming they were and how generous they were with their talent, expertise and their time and their care. Thank you, CMM, for looking after us. It's been an absolutely amazing journey. Could you please help us welcome your film teacher, Mr. Bruce? Mr. Bruce.
Hold on. We gotta go like this. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Drouet. I just want to say thank you to everybody at CMM for this amazing experience and providing us with your skilled expertise and facilities and hopefully inspiring a young group of talented student filmmakers.
CMM is a very welcoming community and I really love the atmosphere here. This would have been impossible without them, and it will benefit me regarding pursuing a film career and developing my professional acumen.
And now I'd like to welcome Mr. Chai, who is the VP of CMM, for the certificate ceremony. He's going to say a few words. Please help me welcome Mr. Chai.
Thank you. I am the Vice President of CMM, also the Vice Principal of Qingdao Film Academy. Can you believe it? It just spent 5 days. You guys come here and started with writing the script, and now you have a movie. I really hope that this trip has left a deep mark in your memories and plant little seeds of loving films in your heart. I also want to say a big thank you to Pine, Eddie, Anne, John, and Stuart. You teachers just have been worked so hard for this activity. Also want to say a huge thank you to the General Zhao Zhonghua, beautiful General Lena Fu, and Tong Jia. I can't forget our colleagues at CMM either. At last, I sincerely hope that you guys, if there is any opportunities, I would love to invite your parents to come over here. We can sit down together and have a nice glass of Qingdao beer. You guys didn't, but your parents can do. Yeah. Our chairman, our president, Song Han-qing, always said, we do not want to say goodbye, but we have to. But I will change another thing. We do not say goodbye. We just plan to meet again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chai. Mr. Bruce, would you like to come up here with me and we'll do the certificate ceremony?
Watching your film, seeing what you all created was a big highlight. Being with you and seeing your creativity at work has been truly a joy.
Throw your hat to the air. Graduated. There's no hat.
Thank you. Everybody goes,
Don't throw the
Thank you.
Oh, it's been great getting to know every one of the students. Like as their age, they actually look like college students to me. Like they're very professional in every aspect that they've been working this week. And also the teachers. I think you guys are very professional. I hope you guys can come back again and we can have fun again.
One of the highlights for me on this trip was being able to tour the studio and look at all the sets and props. I also enjoyed looking at movie posters, and it was very fun looking for movies that I recognized, even though some of them were not shot in this particular studio. Second highlight for me would be meeting new people and being able to socialize with said new people and have lots of fun. I hope that this trip can continue so that more people can get to learn about Qingdao and its film history.
这把椅子，我似乎在哪里见过。
你好，我叫阿甘。来喝巧克力吗？这玩意儿我能吃上150万颗。我妈曾说，生命就像一颗巧克力，你永远也不知道下一颗是什么味道。你这双鞋看起来很舒服，即便走一天，脚都不会痛。我也有一双这样的鞋。
我的脚经常疼。
我妈曾说，通过一双鞋便可以看出许多东西，比如说她去过哪里，将要去哪里。我穿烂过许多鞋子，再努力想想的话，我穿的第一双鞋的模样就在我脑海中显现。我妈曾经说，那双鞋能带我走遍天下。
请注意倒车！请注意倒车！请注意倒车！
啊，我想起来了。
这车怎么看起来似曾相识呢？
最后一步，把火石放入反应堆点火闸，重新点燃发动机，火焰升至7万公里的高空，引爆木屑，爆炸产生的冲击波顺着大气气带返回地球。帮我捡一下，有请。你负责把火石运到反应堆点火闸，安装程序呢，基本上是全自动的。张光新，你也跟着一起去。
为什么还有我呀？
你在开玩笑吗？熟练的安装火石，最起码要经过13个月的专业训练。
你行，你上。任务完成之后，所有人必须立刻返回地下城。切记，这是一个很大。 很大的波。成败在此一举，任务分配完了，有问题的请举手。很好。
喂，那儿就是控制中心了。
哦，想起来了。
So for the steampunk art, I chose an otter through a survey, and I think it represents me because it's fun-loving, and I feel like I'm actually kind of funny, I don't know. But then, yeah, and it's also really cute. So through the process, at first, I gathered a lot of gears and materials, and for the eyes, I feel like I really needed to pop it out, so I used a lot of gears and buttons for it. And at first I thought it was gonna look kind of weird, but then after I painted the base color and all of the little metallic colors, I feel like it turned out really good. And even though it's not what I expected it to be, I think it improved a lot and I really like it. Art is a way of expressing yourself and like expressing your emotions sometimes and calming yourself down and doing it just for fun. And sometimes like some popular artists, they usually just do it in their free time and it ends up looking really good. So for me, I think at first I was not that sure about art because I thought I was really bad. But then through this semester, I found out that making sculptures are actually really fun. And like outside of school, I also started to learn like sketching, and I also feel like it's really fun. And I feel like it's just like a way of calming myself down. Yeah.
This is my Fox steampunk art sculpture. The style represents Igor Renai, the steampunk artist, with its many bits and pieces and the dark paint leaving a rustic look. I created this sculpture by first sketching it and then incorporating many different bits and pieces, many different materials, such as ready-made gears, keyboard covers, some buttons, and nuts and bolts. So the form of my fox represents like a happy, playful stance, as you can see with its mouth open and legs open, to show that he's ready to explore instead of being calm and reserved. What I like is that as I learn to create new things and have different ideas, I learn along the way, which helps me with different tricks, which may help me along later in the year and even in the future.
Hi, I'm Olivia.
And I'm Nina.
And my steampunk sculpture is a cat.
My steampunk sculpture is a horse.
And the materials I used are wires, buttons, gears, plastic bottles, styrofoam, and other stuff.
I used tinfoil, foam balls, toilet paper rolls, masking tape, buttons, and gears to make my sculpture.
I really like art because you can like experiment different things and learn how to make new sculptures or creations, anything that you can imagine.
I feel like art is a way to express my feelings through sculptures or drawings.
During the process of making my steampunk animal, I learned that steampunk really doesn't need to be perfect because
it's really just a metallic mess.
And that's what makes it steampunk.
Firstly, with my pattern on the left here,
I wanted to include a lot of things that represented me as a person. So I have a mountain, which is by my favorite place that I go skiing, as well as Hong Kong and the two flags of my country, Canada and Italy. And on the actual piece of art, I knew that I wanted it to be very thorough and very eye-catching. I didn't want it to just repeat over and over again because I wanted each building to be unique in a way, more than they already are. So I thought that adding patterns maybe on the windows on some and on the actual walls on others would be cool, which is what I did for some of them, as well as just covering certain parts of the building and not the whole thing to make it look kind of one-dimensional. I think that I grew a lot during this art class this semester because at first I wasn't very sure like what to do. I wasn't very creative and I kind of wanted to just do something simple. But I think throughout learning and seeing that I could do different things, it helped me learn that I could make stuff more complicated and more unique that would kind of get my creative part of my mind thinking, which I think helped a lot with me creating this piece of art.
Hi, so I'm Renee, and this is my artwork from Unit 1 of Art. So the importance of art to me is that it offers another sense of communication, but except this is more fun and in a more visually appealing way based off of colors and patterns, and I feel like that's really important because some people have difficulty with reading or writing, and I just feel like art is a way to really bring out emotion and meaning through another way besides for writing. So this is my artwork where I designed a tile that represents me. So in this tile there is the Canadian flag, the Hong Kong flag, music, flowers, and the dragon. So the dragon is the zodiac sign of the year that I was born in, and the Canadian and Hong Kong flag is where I'm from, so I'm Canadian and I'm Chinese. And music and flowers are just two things that I really love. So I put those into a tile, which I think really represents me, and I put those into lanterns of a picture that I took in Hong Kong. So I chose to put in such lanterns to really embrace my Asian heritage because I feel like lanterns are such an important decoration in China because of Chinese New Year, and red is considered extremely lucky in Chinese culture. So that's why I chose what to put in my tile and where to put it.
Okay, so for my piece of art, my intention was to create a piece that really shows our CDNIS community. I chose a picture where it showcased our house leaderboard. I thought that was one of the really important things about the CDNIS culture, how we're really competitive about our houses and how each year there's usually a winner. And so during this process, I made my own tile with a lot of aspects all about me and my personal favorite things, like I love baking and I love photography, as well as I'm from Hong Kong, so I put the Hong Kong flower in the middle of the camera. Following that, I also decided to make it the background because I thought showcasing our school's mascots were really important to me, as was making sure that it was legible and that we could see that it was all about CDNIS.
So my pot is based off a kimono that I wear to a Japanese tradition I celebrate. That basically celebrates growth. You celebrate at like the ages 3, 7, and 5, I think. And then it's also mixed with many different types of Chinese flower arts. Right now it doesn't look too good, but after it comes out of the kiln, it'll look better. Something that's really important in art is patience and creativity, because if you make one small mistake, sometimes it can ruin your whole design, and creativity helps to fix whatever you may have messed up.
So my artistic intention was to create a pot inspired by Indonesian and Chinese culture, and I think I did manage to achieve that. My creative process was, first I found some design ideas on like Pinterest and Google. We had to like draw them out on a paper and print it. And then I carved it in here, and the design was very complicated, so I had to simplify it. Something I'm very proud of in my artistic journey in this unit is, although I didn't achieve what I originally wanted to on like the pot and even like my other house design, I managed to make something better than I intended and work with what I had. So I think I'm proud of that.
My artistic intention was to show my personality through this house, like sort of like a vessel. And I think I did that by adding some of my favorite artists like Tyler the Creator or SZA, and just in general all my favorite colors, pink, red, and green. And I think I added my favorite foods and just everything that I would love and want in my dream house. I think some of the biggest challenges during this project was, for example, the time. It was one of the biggest challenges because there was so little time and I had so much I wanted to do because this was my dream house. So I had to resort to doing things, some of my favorite ideas, and then ditching the rest, which kind of made me sad, but I love the end project of my house. I think I grew in this class because at the start I just needed everything to be perfect. I wanted my ideas to come in real life. I was like, oh, I wanted the bed to be this color and the pillows to be that color, and I want this exact size with these exact measurements. And I think in the end, I just resourced to what I had and was resourceful. And so what I'm trying to say is that I think I became more open-minded during this course in my art course. And I think, what does art mean to me? Art means expressing yourself in different ways, not just through words and actions. I think it means making something you love and showing people.
My pot design combines Vietnamese and Chinese cultures and heritage because my family is from these two countries, and I wanted to utilize these two different countries and design a pot that includes my own interpretations of traditions and culture.
For my pot, I also included motifs from Vietnam and China, and I wanted to convey a sense of appreciation for beauty in the natural world, as well as convey a sense of prosperity and luck. The thing I'm most proud of from my journey in visual arts this year is being able to learn new techniques like ceramics. I didn't know how to do before, and I think I sort of started to master the skill much more in this term.
I agree with Leanne, and it's basically the same for me. I've never really done sgraffito before, and it's a really good learning experience for me, and I'm really proud of my artwork.
So this is my dream house, and it is a houseball model that I built using cardboard and cardboard paper and print out for posters. And I was really inspired by coziness and how I would think a house would be if I actually lived by myself. And there's a lot of wood and linen, and it is very warm, and a lot of warm tone colors are used. And there are many details and a lot of clutterness in the kitchen and in the desk areas, because that is how I think my house would be like. And there's also some plants. It's very nice, and I think I did pretty well. So as an artist, I think I grew a lot. I was able to turn things from my imagination to reality way better, and I was able to create things like products like these way easier throughout the year after months of growth. And also, I feel like I was able to incorporate symbolism in some of my works, and that means a lot because it tells us that art can convey meaning without having us use words, and I think it's really meaningful.
I think my favorite project was a surrealism project. We had to investigate a surrealist artist and then make our own artwork. And I liked it the most because I got to kind of investigate the meaning behind what I drew, because I kind of just drew whatever I wanted.
So in this piece, I wanted to explore themes of identity and how we try to fit in as a society and the views on us when we try to do so. For this piece, I used a lot of juxtaposition and kind of wanted to merge these three elements together over here. And I really wanted it to have a really big focus on the viewer as well. That really makes you think why it's all pieced together like this.
Some were their favorite art piece I've done this year, or project I've done this year, art would be my art seed. Because what stands out about it is I feel like it really represents me as an artist. As with my art, I just seek to really unsettle the audience, as the inspiration for doing this art piece in the first place was a horror manga artist named Junji Ito.
I think for me personally, one thing I would revisit for this ceramic monster project is to play around with different textures and different high fire glazes, different underglazes, and also different emotions that I feel throughout the week. Because sometimes, like on a Monday, I might feel a little down, or on a Friday, I would feel really excited, or on Wednesday, I might feel really surprised if I had a test or something. So I would definitely like to revisit this ceramic monster project one more time to kind of play around with the monsters a little more.
So throughout this year, I think my favorite project was a ceramics project because it was interesting for me because I've never done ceramics before, so I was working with new materials and everything. I made this guy who was like supposed to resemble like frustration and anger, and I guess the glazing didn't really turn out how I wanted it to, but the color represents it as well with like the dark tea, pretty much. Yeah.
My favorite project of the year has been the block printing project, and I really like this project because you get a lot of independence and everybody's at their own pace and you're not rushed, and it's also nice to work on a project that you really feel connected to and that you really want to have a good turnout, because it's choosing a character or celebrity that you resonate with, and I think that that's why it's the best project.
My favorite art piece I did this year is my surrealism piece, because I think I was really able to get like full creative freedom over my choices of the piece. Like I could choose what medium I wanted to do.
So my favorite project this year was the Surrealism project, as I could learn more about philosophy and how it could add ties with surrealism. And the thing that made it stand out was the creative decisions I could make throughout the project, where like what the patterns on the creature and the colors, what it represented, and what the title name means too.
My favorite piece was probably the art scene, because I really loved how we would be able to collaborate on each other's pieces and see what they made. I think that it was very fun, as we could also show our own ideas of what other people have done for our own themes. It was a very fun collaborative project in general. I think that the art scene is something that I could have revisited. I think that the art scene, I could have been more clear on my message, and that would allow more people to collaborate and make the entire thing have a very nice theme, as I wasn't very clear with my theme. I think the hardest project was probably the ceramic clay pot, and I think this was very difficult because, of course, it's a 3D art piece, so we have to sculpt and use our hands. Especially with painting and glazing it, it was very difficult, as we had to make sure not to get paint on the other side of the monster, but I think it turned out very nice and I really like how it looks.
My favorite project was the ceramic monster. It was just like a new medium to explore and experience. I tend to draw a lot, so like 2D art, but this one was more of a pinch and construct, so I kind of just like the 3D art more.
The themes I explored were identity and memory. I wanted to express myself through visual forms and explore different mediums and techniques like hand building in ceramics and traditional lantern making. These concepts assisted me in my journey of self-expression through the arts and learning more about my identity.
I would revisit ceramics because I wish I went out of my comfort zone sooner to create more interesting forms of ceramic.
So my favorite project this year would be the ceramic unit. It was a unique way to kind of convert themes and identity into like a sculpture, and it also allowed you to use new mediums like glazing, incensing, and hand building. So this unit was a way to allow you to express your own identity and allow you to interact with your own ceramic however you want.
So the most challenging artwork that I created this year would probably be my ceramics piece, because I found the conceptual aspect of this unit quite difficult. I found that drawing tension within myself, comparing them, and then telling stories about myself was quite difficult to convey. But throughout this unit, I learned more about myself, and I learned more about how to convert more of a conceptual idea into a physical art piece?
My most challenging art piece this year was my ceramics pair, and I intended to make a bookend with 2 ceramic pairs, and they would also act as kind of plant holders, and they were meant to stand like this but with another piece like this, but in the end, because the clay was too heavy, it fell over, and also the slab also kind of like slouched over, and it was a really difficult decision for me, but I decided to cut the part and make it a hanging piece like this. And from this I learned to have a clearer vision of what your product is going to look like before you go ahead and do it, and be more careful with your planning, and also pay attention to how heavy the clay is when it comes out, and also how after it's fired it can become smaller and it might not look like what you want it to be. And next time when I work on a ceramics project, I would be more careful with the weight of the clay and how much clay I put into each piece to make it not too heavy.
epic birthday party ever. This was the most epic birthday party, the most epic birthday party, the most epic birthday party ever. This was the best birthday party ever.
And so it was. The entire story of Skylar's epic birthday party.
The dramatic twists and turns, and the final revelation that the kids have the power to take care of themselves, even if it isn't always easy.
Embrace the relationships you have with those close to you.
And always be nice to those who show up at your birthday party. Well, it was great working with you.
And with you.
The pleasure was mine.
You've really got a great voice for this type of work. Why, thank you. Maybe we should do this again sometime.
Maybe we should just wrap this up.
The end.
barefoot. She smiled, leapt without looking, and tumbled into the sand. The water was freezing. She spent the month sneezing, but said she would do it again. Here's to the ones who dream, foolish as they may seem. Here's to the hearts that ache. Here's to the mess we make. She captured a feeling, sky with no ceiling, the sunset inside a frame. She lived in her wicker and died with the flicker. I'll always remember the flame. Here's to the ones who dream, foolish as they may seem. Here's to the hearts that ache. Here's to the mess we make. She told me a bit of madness is key to give us new colors to see. Who knows where they will lead us, and that's why they need us. So bring on the rebels, the ripples from pebbles, the painters and poets and plays. And here's to the fools who dream, crazy as they may seem. Here's to the hearts that break. Here's to the mess we make. I'll trace it all back to then. Her and the snow and the sun, smiling through it, she said she'd do it again.